Welcome to Microgen. Let's get your app development faster as possible. Microgen helps create your application starting from creating your backend by generating default API, managing your file assets with database and storage, and quickly setting up your front end using Builder from Microgen. With this, you can build anything you can imagine. Let's create an online course as study case. Click the New Project button and enter your project's name. In a few seconds, you will be directed to the cluster page where you need to select the location and cluster tier for your project. Microgen supports any cluster type like dedicated, shared, and even on-premise. You may also enable multi-cluster, multi-region, and workload isolation. For now, we will just create a dedicated cluster with these resources. Click Create Cluster. In the project home, you will get the auto-generated URL and API key. Here, you may also try the Microgen example project. Next, hover to Database menu to create the table. By default, the project will have a users table. Let's create a cars table. After the table is created, we may see some default field that is shown in rows. We may make changes to the field depending on the project's need. Customize the field by adding the language field as a single select. This field is to inform the language of the cars. We will just make two options, English and Indonesian. We also set the field to the required field, and let's add another field that is attachment for the cars cover. Okay, next we will create a tag table. This is just for adding text for the cars. Add some records, let's say programming, full stack, backend, and front end. Hover back to the cars table. We will add a new field that is linked to records in the tag table and name it text because we will allow linking to multiple records. Let's try to add records. Let's say HTML fundamentals in English. Here we can directly upload the image, so we don't bother to think about where we are going to save the file. Also, we can get the records from the tag table with text, programming, and full stack, let's say. Okay, we will add one more record. Let's say material UI in English. Hover over the API menu. Here, we can access the URL of the cars and other tables in the project. The response here is JSON. This is the detail like language and the relation to text table. We can paste the URL on browser and get the same records as well when we are in Microgen dashboard. Next, try to post the cars, but we got an error message as unauthorized because we have not logged in yet. We can customize the out by hover to out menu, and let's say you want to change cars to the public, so enable the toggles here. For now, we will just make it private, so hover back to API menu and register a user. Here we got the token for the authentication, but we don't need to copy it because in this Microgen dashboard, once you log in to a user inside the project, the active user will be detected just like this. Okay, fill out the fields and we just add new record. Next, we will try Builder from Microgen, which allows you to create your front end easily. You can select any components provided to make your layout. Let's see how it works. On the first page, let's say we would like to make a login page. Select Add Widget and choose Forms and Fields. Simply drag and drop the component into the main area. To make a login form, we need to select users for the data collections and choose whether it is log the user in or sign the user up. Right now, I will select log the user in. For the field area, just make it default. Let's make the second page. Let's say the second page will show us the data from the cars table. Hover to data and records and select cars table. You can adjust the size as you will. Okay, go back to page 1. We need to make the user when select the login button, it will direct to the second page. After setting up your front-end with Builder, you can select the preview button to see your front-end arrangement publicly, just simply like this. Okay, next, we also have custom function where you can import function from your existing or legacy app that is located in your GitHub or create the new one with any programming language. Let's try to create a function in Microgen by importing existing project in GitHub. Select an existing repository synced from your GitHub account. Name your function and add any env that correlates to the project. Right now, let's make the env blank, then click on the create button. Wait until the deployment process is complete. Once the deployment is complete, you can start viewing your existing repository and editing your code. Open your function from the host data URL and this is the result. Then let's try to trigger the CI/CD by editing the code. Make change and save the code. Let's just make simple change and save it. At the same time, Microgen CI/CD will initialize the change, wait for the updates and the deployment complete. Okay, that's how the CI/CD in Microgen works. Hover over Add-ons menu. Add-ons here are used to create your database for any project even that is not in Microgen. This will help you to create an additional database for your project. This is our default database. You can see your credential and export it according to your project name. If you like to create the new one, you can choose what database you are going to create. The choices that Microgen support right now is MongoDB, PostgreSQL, Redis, and Redis Bitnami. Let's say we like to create Redis, then we need to install it first and submit the order form just like this. Wait until the process is done. Database is ready to use. Then hover over the storage menu. This is just like Amazon S3 and others, so you don't need to think again about what the storage technology you are going to use. Microgen has prepared it for you. The file we uploaded before were saved here. Just like Drive, we can open the file on the browser, and if you like to save some assets, you can manage them by grouping them with folders. That's all for the quick start. Feel free to explore by yourself or request a demo by visiting microgen.id. Thank you.